Hello once again and welcome back to Trails from Zero. It's been a few weeks. Had to do some coverage of the Cold Steel 3 switch port. We're back to Trails from Zero, and I believe we were just about to meet Quattro, the inspection officer from the Imperial Army. They're late. Excuse me, but are you the inspection officer? We're here regarding your support request. Ah, so you're the special support section then. About time. My name's Quattro. I was transferred here from the Imperial Army to work as the station's inspection officer. If you don't mind, I'd like to cut to the chase. Will you accept my request? Wow, that really is cutting to the chase. Yes. You can count on us, Quattro. Could you talk us through the specifics? Very well. But then again, is something wrong? Not really. Just not used to cooperating with rookies like you guys. I suppose it's better than if no one showed up at all. Dude, what the hell? We're going out of our way and this is how he treats us? You say something, Red? You are better off ignoring anything he says. Just to clarify, you submitted a request asking for assistance in an inspection? That's correct. A train bound for Erebonio will be arriving any second now. And I want your help in inspecting the interior of said train. And that would entail... We'll be looking for any passengers or luggage considered too dangerous for Erebonian territory, right? Precisely. I don't normally have to do this on my own, but I woke up to a torrent of sick leaves this morning. That's why I had to issue a request for outside help. That makes sense. Conducting an inspection like this alone would take way too long. Glad you understand. That makes things easier. The Erebonian-bound passenger train will soon be arriving on Platform 2. We ask that all passengers wishing to board the train make their way to the platform. There it is. Basically the same train that Lloyd arrived on. You also see that the wheels don't move because that's hard. Showtime. Once we're on the platform, I'll explain the specifics about the job. Sorry about the short notice. Now, follow me. Okay then, anyone else expect today to turn out like this? Because I didn't. I can't stand this dude's high and mighty attitude, but he's in a bind. Let's give him a hand. It's settled then. Shall we head down to Platform 2? Got it. And also talk to the people here. I don't think they have too much interesting to say. If you want to test out their NPC dialogue, go ahead. Also, this is a kind of like... I think it's a bug. But you see how like the texture here isn't like perfectly translucent, so you can't actually see the train through it? It's a little goofy. It's just, that's the way Falcom did it. You got some people here you can check out. Do they let you go up here? Yeah, Lloyd says a little thing if you try to go upstairs. I believe this guy over here, this guardsman, I want to say his name's Romeo? Yeah. He's typically stationed at Tangram, I believe. Allow me to briefly explain the specifics of the task at hand. Please do, we're all ears. I will be assigning each of you a car to inspect. You will speak to every passenger, inspect their luggage, and then verify the validity of their entry application. Any passengers found carrying an invalid entry application or dangerous goods are to be apprehended immediately. Okay, got it. I'm cool with conducting an inspection, but what do we do when passengers eat in their seats during the check? I don't know, but I feel like a bunch of amateurs like ourselves might not be able to cover everybody. Right. Please exercise caution in that regard. Passengers will be notified that they are to remain in their seats for the duration of the inspection. The occasional trickster may try to cause a ruckus in the hopes that we overlook small details during the inspection, so don't get caught off guard. You are certainly strict. Alright, I think I've got the idea now. Although, I'm a little bothered that each person has to inspect their own car. Randy and I will definitely be fine on our own, but what about Ellie and Tio? Really? This is the moment you decide to start worrying about us? I'm also an officer, so I'm familiar with the basics of martial arts. Likewise, I will not allow anybody throwing a fit to overpower me. Way to patronize him, Lloyd. They ain't a bunch of weaklings. Hopefully this is a lesson learned. Yeah, I guess that was uncalled for. With that said, are you all ready to commence the inspection? Yes, understood. Ahem, good. You are ready. Very well, without further ado, let's begin the inspection. I'll inspect the first car, so please divide the remaining cars among yourselves. In that case, I'll take the second car. Ellie, Tio, and Randy, take the following 3 cars in that exact order. Roger. Understood. See you later then. Let me remind you that this task will require your full attention. Alright, I've got a train to inspect. Sure are a lot of travelers here. Can't say I'm surprised. I need to make sure to be polite while questioning each person. Alright, so just get around and do a little NPC sweep. Pardon me, I'm an assistant inspector. I apologize for the inconvenience, but would you mind me checking your luggage and entry papers? Inspector? Not every day you see one in such a casual getup. Anyway, what's the issue? You find it strange that a woman is traveling alone? Is that it? What? No, that's not... For your information, I wanted nothing more than to go with my boyfriend. But since he dumped me out of the blue, I had no choice but to come alone. But that won't stop me. I'm going to find myself a rich, noble boyfriend somewhere in the Empire. I didn't mean to trigger this story. Well, nothing I can do about it. I'll just listen to her while I finish up the inspection. You get it, don't you? Wasn't that, like, so rude of him? Yeah, a real jerk. By the way, your luggage and papers are all good and follow our regulations. Thank you for your cooperation. You okay? No, it's fine. It's just, it was refreshing spilling my heart out to you. I can't remember the last time someone listened to my problems. Say, if you want to, why don't we run away to Erebonian together? Sorry, I have a job to do. It was nice meeting you. Lloyd can't turn it off. Oh, an inspector, you say? How am I supposed to buy that? Proof. I demand to see some proof. I don't... Really? Wait, that should work. Take a look at this. Lloyd showed the passenger his detective notebook. I'm from the Crossbell Police Department, Special Support Section. We're assisting with inspections today. Police? Guess that checks out. Though doing this is kind of misleading. Well, whatever. Just get it over with. Thanks. Done. Your luggage and papers look like they're all valid and up to date. Thank you for your cooperation. Skip the pleasantries. Just hurry this inspection up. I'm kind of in a rush. Yeah, not too much longer. Excuse me, I'm an assistant inspector. I apologize for the inconvenience, but would you mind me checking your luggage and entry papers? An inspector, are you? Very well. Hey, why haven't we left yet? Waiting is boring. Sweet Adios, will this child ever learn patience? Pardon my son. It's no big deal. Sorry, it'll be a little while longer. Can you be a good kid for just a little bit longer while we finish up our job? I guess. With that settled, I should try to wrap this up quickly. Your luggage and papers all are up to date and follow our regulations. Thank you for your cooperation. Good to hear. Mister, can you pinky promise me you'll hurry and let the train leave? Hey, you just... What am I going to do with you? Pardon me, I'm an assistant inspector. I apologize for the inconvenience, but would you mind me checking your luggage and entry papers? Oh yes, of course. Just one moment. Are you okay? Oh, it's nothing. It's just the deep green foliage of the Nox Forest is incredibly charming. Knowing that, I couldn't help but feel a bit giddy before departing. Sounds like you have a nice hobby there. Oops, I accidentally wasted your time, didn't I? An inspection, was it? Oh, yes, that's right. If you'll excuse me then. Alright, your luggage and papers look good to go. Thank you for your cooperation. No, thank you for your dedication. Now back to my eager anticipation. Excuse me, I'm one of the assistant inspectors. I apologize for the inconvenience, but would you mind me checking your luggage and entry papers? Ah, an inspector? I suppose it's fine. What? No way. I have all my panties in my luggage, you know? Good point. Sorry, but you heard the lady. No, hold on. You can't just refuse. It doesn't work like that. It's regulation. So please work with me. I'll show the utmost consideration when inspecting your delicates. So he says. Yeah, you better, mister. This is harder than it looks. I remember when we were testing that and I was like, oh man, Lloyd is such the type that would say delicates. I love it. All your luggage and carry-ons look good and follow our regulations. Thank you for your cooperation. You're welcome. Now scram. That should be the last of the passengers. I didn't notice anything suspicious, so I should regroup with the others and report to Mr. Quattro. It was kind of nerve-wracking doing these inspections for the first time. I didn't overlook anyone, did I? We did. Let's talk to the kid again. Mom! Mom! Can I go explore the rest of the train cars? No, you can't. Now sit still until the inspections end. Listen to your mother, son. You don't want to annoy the inspector. What? But that guy sitting over there came from the car in front of ours, so why can't I go too? The front train car? Could that be the one Mr. Quattro's inspecting? He might have just had some business with the conductor. No, wait a second. Maybe he changed cars after the inspections began. Oh, I can hardly wait. I can feel the scenery calling for me. Shouldn't we have left by now? Excuse me, sir. Do you have a minute? Oh, what's wrong? I thought the inspection already ended. It had, but there's something bothering me. With your permission, may I redo the inspection? Sure, I don't mind. Forget to check something? Here's my luggage and entry papers. Oh no, I won't be the one conducting the inspection. I'm planning on asking the official inspector, Mr. Quattro, to do it. Quattro? Why, aren't you more than capable of doing a silly little inspection? So you do know him. No, you see, Mr. Quattro laid down some ground rules before we began the inspections. One that stood out to me was, you may not move to another car during inspections. Of course, I know that. Are you implying I broke that rule? Yes, I am. Hate to break it to you, but I have a witness. That rowdy boy sitting right over there saw you entering from the car up front. What? That's preposterous. This has to be some kind of mistake, right? I'm sure we could confirm the boy's statement if we asked the train conductor. The question still stands. Why would you transfer cars? If things went according to plan, you would have been inspected by Mr. Quattro. But, in spite of the rules, you snuck away onto this train car. The only logical conclusion is that you didn't want Mr. Quattro to see you. Am I wrong? Please, I'm begging you, overlook this. I just wanted to have a fun little trip. Yeah, that's all it is. Look, you said my papers are good to go, didn't you? If that's the case, then it should be fine if Mr. Quattro double checks them, right? What? No, please. I don't know all the details, but as long as I'm working as an assistant inspector, I can't ignore any suspicious behavior. I'll need you to come with me. Fine. This man has falsified his immigration papers. Falsified? How so? Has he fabricated his entire work history? Correct. He's a former swindler from Calvert. This guy likes to bounce around. I've had a run-in with him before when he tried to conceal his criminal record on this same application. This marks the second time I've caught him. Man, this moron will never learn. A former swindler, huh? Wonder what brings him to good old Crossbell. Now that his prison sentence in Calvert is up, it looks like he's trying to lead an honest life. The scale of his fraudulent behavior was fairly small, so he apparently wasn't given a heavy sentence. It's unfortunate, though. A criminal record will follow someone for the rest of their lives. If your immigration papers show you have a criminal record, your ability to travel is heavily restricted. I can't imagine he likes it. If only I hadn't gone and committed fraud. I'm sure he regrets his crimes, but he chose this life by breaking the law. Committing crimes will burden you for the rest of your life, and the world would be a better place if more people understood that. So, what's going to happen to this man? I've detained him in my office for the time being. I'll give him a stern warning, and then ship him back off to Calvert. It's nothing out of the ordinary for me. Yeah, I guess there's no other choice. At any rate, we've successfully completed our inspection without incident. We're a bit behind schedule, so we shouldn't delay this train any longer. I believe I owe the Special Support Section a proper thank you, don't I? I'll be sure to give you a ring next time I need help. That's okay. You've taught us a lot during this request. Feel free to give us a call if you ever need our help again. I don't like that. That kind of contradicts itself, doesn't it? See, this is part of why we're doing the LP, so that I can take notes of little things like that. I think I'll take you up on that offer. You'd be surprised how much I go through and tweak just a little bit while I'm editing these videos. It certainly happens. Phew, that was a lot harder than I was anticipating. You can say that again. Although Tio is probably the most exhausted among us. Why do you say that? People thought she was some kind of station mascot and kept smothering her. Station mascot? Are you alright, Tio? Don't tell me you're so traumatized that you can no longer speak. No, not quite. I am experiencing some mental fatigue. I should recover in a bit. Can we leave, please? Yeah, sure. I hope you aren't straining yourself too hard, Tio. That's actually a tough line to localize, this thing about station mascot, because it's not literal. It's something like the station darling, which is like a real Japanese concept. And they're like, well, what should we call it? Like, mascot's fine. That'll get the idea across. Let's see here. I should actually create a save file. Oh, see that Scott and Wenzel are here. I should create a save file right here. And I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to make sure we're not missing anything like a hidden quest or a Back Alley Dr. Gwen, but I'm pretty sure I know where the third one is. And it's where this chapter is going to end, I think. But just give me 1 second. All right. Let's talk to Scott and Wenzel. Hey, aren't you the new guys from the CPD? Yes, that's right. Are you two coming back from a job? Sure are. We just got back from Arabonia. So, what brings you four over here? Not much. Just working on our way through our pile of support requests. We were helping Quattro with his inspections. That's so. I actually gave you guys a proper mission then. Good for you. Keep up the good work. Just make sure not to interfere with ours in the process. I see they've yet to cease denying our legitimacy. Well, then, it's our mission to prove them that we are legitimate. Wenzel's such a dick, I love him. Alright, so there is a hidden thing today. There are also like a lot of little optional scenes we haven't done. You can pop around and do those. Let's head in here. I think Wendy might have a little thing. Not really. It's just a little conversation. I'm going on the guide that's on GameFAQs, which was posted or made by Buttmaster, which has a lot of things consistent with Trails from Zero. Not everything though. I should yell at him some more. Buttmaster is like one of our acquaintances. He's on our Geofront server. He's fighting us on the CPD CSPD thing. Ooh, he's fighting us real hard on that one. You're wrong, Bump. It's CPD. What about Letty? She has a scene. Oh, Auntie, I finally met up with Cecile yesterday. She hasn't changed one bit. I think I actually got a little bit self-conscious meeting up with her after all this time. Oh, really? I'm glad to hear that. Well, how'd it go? Did she find herself a nice man to settle down with? What? How am I supposed to know? And besides, I wouldn't really feel comfortable with it. That child of mine needs to start thinking about her future more carefully. Perhaps I'll look into finding her a prospective husband. Did she say prospective husband? Hell yes. Time to announce my candidacy, baby. Don't get any funny ideas, Randy. There's no freaking way that's happening. Excuse me, Lloyd. Is it my imagination, or has your voice gotten hoarse? She's an adult. I don't intend to tell her how she should live her life. But I think it's time for her to start thinking a little more carefully about her future. I should go to the cathedral and pray for Cecile to find herself a nice man. I'm just going to walk away and pretend I didn't hear anything. I don't know if it was this interaction or if it's a future one. Because I don't know whether or not it's still in the game. It might have gotten edited out. But when we tested, there's like this really weird line that Letty would say. And it wasn't translated incorrectly. It's what Falcom wrote. But it's like whoever wrote the line didn't think it through fully because it was like kind of uncalled for and rude. Where like she would say something about, you know, Cecile dating again or whatever. And like Letty's comment was like, well, it's not like she has a husband or anything. And it's like saying this right in front of Lloyd. It's like, Jesus, lady. It's not like her fiance is still alive. Like, wow, that's really offensive. Well, that defeats the purpose. I came in here to look at where you guys were and you're at the desk. What's up? Oh, hey, I remember you guys. Howdy, Special Support Section. Hi there, Estelle and Joshua. Thank you for your assistance yesterday. You know what, Estelle? What's up, Michelle? Forget it. It's nothing. Let's get the show on the road. Okay? Don't mind her. This is just the way Estelle is. We may be business competitors, but I meant what I said about us being friends. Yeah, likewise. We look forward to working with you. We'll be heading towards Armorica while we fulfill our requests today. We're still not fully familiar with the area surrounding Crossbell City, so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to solve that. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I don't think you'll have any problems with monsters, but be safe out there. Yeah, thanks. You guys look pretty busy yourselves. I'm sure we'll bump into each other again. Catch you guys later. So, yeah, you can see that the Scott and Winslow are supposed to be going to Erebonia. They're at the station now. Arias is in Calvard. And Lynn and Eolia are on perimeter patrol. I think that just means that you can't find them right now since we can't actually leave the city proper. Because they're still doing that thing where it's like, no, we gotta do the thing. Thanks, game. Oh, what am I doing? We have fast travel. Let's go to the administrative district. I want to say that Fran might have a little thing too. Hello, Fran. Nope. If it doesn't have black bars, I don't care. That means it's not an event scene. Let's actually go back to East Street. This is where we're supposed to be. Silly me. I keep delaying all these things because I keep forgetting that there are these little quests that we gotta do. Oh, can't go through there. If only that one stool weren't in the way. Are they in here? Yeah. This is bad. Who would have thought they'd sell out? Oh, it's you guys. Did you happen to purchase one of those Mishy plushies that were sold earlier this month? And if so, would you be okay with selling it to me? Huh? I can't say I've ever heard of this Mishy you're talking about. Mishy is the official mascot of Michelin. I seem to remember Tio being an avid collector of its goods. You are correct. I have not purchased the new Mishy plushie yet, unfortunately. Oh, you're a fan too? Truth be told, my son is especially fond of him. And thus, I'm traveling from afar to collect a new plushie for him. There's just one problem, though. By the time I arrived at Times, it had already sold out. How terrible. Wow, they managed to sell out at the department store? Are they that popular? Indeed they are. A campaign to sell limited time merchandise began recently. A new item is offered each month, and some are exceedingly popular. This month's item is the Mishy plushie. Its charm lies in its size, as it fits in the palm of your hand. Without skipping a beat, Teotop manages to pull the goods from her database of a brain. You know, Now that you mention it, I remember seeing our feline friend being offered as a prize at the casino. Not really interested in plushies, so I ended up ignoring it. Didn't seem like it was anything special when I lined up alongside the other prizes. Really? Well, I'm not one to gamble, so going to the casino would be a little conflicting for me. I hate to ask this of you, but would you be willing to go and win the plushie for me? I'll be sure to pay you for your efforts. Please help me. I don't know about you guys, but it feels off-brand to hit the casino for a support request. This technically isn't an official request. As long as we're doing it as a favor of kindness, we're unlikely to have any issues. As long as you know who doesn't go overboard. Hell yeah, let's do this! Come on guys, we're off to the casino! Somebody is impatient. Please do not tell us you fabricated your claims as an excuse to visit the casino. Damn it, if only you could fast travel inside buildings. Yeah, it's a hidden request. Alright, to the entertainment district. Let's hit up Barca. Do I have the number of medals I need on me? I hope I do. It feels like a thing past me would have done in preparation for this. Welcome to Barca, everyone. Oh, hi, Randy. Welcome back. Yo, Cherry. Would you be a doll and answer a quick question? You have some Mishi plushies you can give out here as prizes, right? Yep, it's our cheapest prize. But since Mishi is so popular, they tend to disappear pretty quickly. Maybe I should put everything on display sometime today. Wow, though. Never would have expected you to be interested, Randy. Aren't they just so cute? I knew it. See? Told you guys I wasn't yanking your chains. I suppose you're right. This time. Lloyd, our client, is in a dire situation. It is our duty to retrieve the target. Yeah, you have a point. Is it just me, or have Tio's eye has been sparkling ever since Mishi was first mentioned? Hold on, give me a second. Just grab that. My freaking water bottle was like on my desk and in the way of the monitor, and then the text started going behind it, and I was like, oh, that's gonna make it hard. Can't read it if it's behind the water bottle. Oh yeah, I have tons of medals. Trade. They also have these other things. You can get a dart set here for Randy's room. Let's see. A plushie of Mishi, the mascot of Michelin. I'll take that. Oh wait, I already had frickin' 7 of them in my inventory. Oh my, I had 6. I could have just talked to him and been like, yo, I already got it. I wouldn't have thought that I had 6 of them in my inventory for some reason. I don't know how or why I have that many. I really don't. Maybe at some point past me was like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of them for all my future playthroughs. Surely I'll never forget. Oops. Although I doubt, yeah, given that there was a little scene there, I kind of doubt that they would have let me finish the quest without actually doing that, so it's probably worked out okay. No, wait, is that what I think it is? You actually managed to get the Mishi plushie? I can't believe you got one. Could I have it, please? Pretty please? Sure. Yeah, it's all yours. Fortunately enough, it wasn't too difficult to get. Gave the Mishi plush toy to Lars. Oh, so this is Mishi. You see that, Kurt? Your dad went and got you your beloved Mishi. Wow, it's Mishi! It's really him. I can't believe it. Thank you, everyone. You've made my boy as happy as can be. I have to think about how I'm going to repay you. Let's see. Oh, I've got it. It's not much, but I hope you'll accept it. 120 Mira. Thanks. Really though, it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, doing a request of that caliber is a piece of cake. I would have been able to score enough cash to build an art gallery had I been given enough time. But a certain Missy put a stop to that. Him? Well, shall we return to our duties? Understood. I expect Randy will expend an equal amount of energy the next time a similar opportunity arises. Yeah, guess so. Alright, so I think that does it for support requests. Let's head back to the SSS building. We can turn these in. Oh no, wait, there's that one monster one that's going to be on our way to mains. But I'll report these to Fran. Hello, Fran. Hey, I ranked up. And I ranked up again. Alright. Whoops, wrong thing. Square. Detective Notebook. Chapter 1. Yep, just gotta take care of the monster on the way to Mains. So that would be the next thing to do. You'd head over to Residential Street, leave out the north exit, and go on over to Mains, where we're gonna actually finish the chapter. That's into the monster investigation, and also lead us to the in-chapter cutscenes and whatnot. However, I don't think we're gonna do that today. I've been teasing this for a while. That watching me play through Trails from Zero, you might learn a thing or two about this game. Things that people don't really know. So today we're gonna look at some secrets. Let's head over to Station Street. We'll have to leave through the north exit to get to Mains. Let's head towards Residential Street. That's right, so the only direction in which you can leave Crossbell City right now is the north exit onto the Mains Mountain Path. You cannot go east, can't go west, can't go south. Normally. What if I did this, though? And what if I selected a map? Roads. Let's head to Ursula Road and go for Hospital End. So this is the road right before St. Ursula. Now, the only way to do this is with debug. You would not be able to get here at this time in the game anyway, this phase, without using debug mode. Which means you would never be able to come up here and find Chiruru. What a fantastic view. I think I'll eat lunch here today. Then I can investigate the forest perimeter after. Eating lunch here sounds lovely. Maybe I'll try staying at St. Ursula tonight. So there is a point in time before the game came out, before our patch came out, where I put out on Twitter as well as the Falcom Discord that Ribos runs, looking for help for these lines of dialogue by Chiruru. Because I was, what was I doing? Oh, I think it was the chest message insertion. I was on this spreadsheet, this particular road, inserting the messages for the chests that are here. And I found this text, and I was like, I don't think I've ever read that in the game. When the heck does Chiruru appear there? And I asked everyone who was testing, and I kept asking around. Typically, Atterbury and I were incredibly thorough testing Zero, and neither of us had seen it. Our other testers hadn't seen it. I then put it out on Twitter. I put it out on Discord, asking for help. Where the hell is this text? When does this appear? I managed to even track down a Japanese guide that had information about when Chiruru appears in the game. Someone on a Japanese wiki had documented her appearances around Crossbell. No mention of this particular road. Or at least, the only St. Ursula mention is the first day of Chapter 1 when we saw her over by the sandbank. But finally I nailed it down. And that it was here. Chapter 1, and it's only readable with debug. This is text that you cannot read normally, but it's there. Falcom did write it, and you can come here and read it technically with debug. But what if the mystery doesn't end there? What if there's other texts like this? I wondered. What if this part of Chapter 1 was going to be a full-scale phase, and it just got cut out of the game for some reason? Wouldn't that be weird? Well, I did some testing. The two border gates, Belgard and Tangram, which we have not visited either yet, don't exist before Chapter 1. They do not get any text, before Chapter 2. They don't get any text in Chapter 1 at all. I did go there and check, no text. What happens when you go somewhere where, during a phase of the game where the NPCs don't have text is that a little talk thing will appear above their head, but when you press it, you get nothing. Because there's no text there. They don't have a little flag in their dialogue in the programming that tells them to talk. So I checked everywhere around the state. And it turns out, yes, there is one other location. The whole of Armorica Village has an entire NPC sweep an entire phase of NPC dialogue that you cannot read if you're not using debug mode. Falcom wrote an entire little sweep here, and it's just canonically gone. It's gone. You cannot read it playing the game normally. And I told Zerk, because he edited Armorica years ago, I said, Zerk, you wasted your time. A bunch of that text is never used. And he's like, great. I'm not surprised, knowing Falcom. So we're going to read it all. Did you see all those boxes lined up in the apiary? Those are artificial beehives. Pop a group of bees in there, and you'll have a hive and sweet honey in no time. Try not to mess around with them, though. It's not my fault if you end up getting stung. You'll find a nasty swarm of bees inside our artificial beehives. Don't go touching them all willy-nilly, okay? Delicious. This is fun. Although, you could have technically found this out. No one has. No one's... As of recording this, which is just a couple days before posting, no one has drawn attention to this. I have not heard from anyone outside of the Geofront about this text or the Chiruru thing. No one's figured it out. But technically, you could figure out that this text that we're reading isn't in the game if you were just very thorough and checked the database. Because the entire sheet is in the database. You can check the Armorica sheet, and if you just know the game's dialogue verbatim, you might notice that there's a big chunk of it that doesn't actually appear anywhere in a normal playthrough. As a lover of orbital automobiles, it bums me out that not many orbital buses stop by here. Well, I can't get too down about it. It's not as if Armorica would be lost without a connection to the city. Same thing. No one from the Fisherman's Guild is here. I just want to be able to fish. If I join the Fisherman's Guild, could they give me some starting gear? If only I could find a way to join. Poor Salem. Let's head into the ash tree. Hello, Seely. One of our regulars, Alfred, gets along pretty well with my dad. Whenever the inn is especially slow, I always see them chatting. Guess that must be a benefit of running your own business. Alfred gets along really well with my dad. If I had my way, he'd spend that energy working instead of talking. Alright. Seely looks even cuter than usual today, getting stuck, walking into Randy endlessly. Huh? Wolves? Why the heck would I care about that? If you don't mind, you're cutting into my daily time in heaven. Oh wait, you said something different. Even if Armorica Village goes under, as long as Celia is here, I'll be a happy man. Yeah, she seems to really be stuck here. I'm not sorry. Fine dining in Crossbell City. I've heard it covers all the best restaurants in Crossbell. Hey Alfred, I can hear you, you know? Oh, I know. Maybe if you keep working hard, you'll be featured in a book like that someday. Isn't it just limited to restaurants in the city? My inn may not be in it, but I promise you none of those places can match my cooking. Of course. For my next read, maybe I should try to borrow a new novel. I'll go visit the Crossbell City Library next time I'm free. The village chief reminded us to keep an eye out for wolves yesterday afternoon. I didn't realize other places in the state had also been hit by monster attacks. Monsters typically keep to their own territory, don't they? Something about these monster attacks is strange. The wolves have been attacking places far and wide, rather than in their own territory. Are we dealing with a new species? Hold on, did you say the same thing? Yeah. Cool. Anyone upstairs? I believe so. There's that mother and son that are staying here, right? Yeah. The people here are too nice. We never told the villagers that we were for sure moving here, but they've already treated us like we're neighbors. I don't want to move here. I go crazy living on the six like this. People here, same thing. We're still conflicted on whether moving here is the right decision or not. The owner of this place told us he had a spare room open. He's letting us rent it for cheap right now. One thing is for sure, this place is radically different than life in the city. So this dialogue reminds me that when I figured this out, and I was like, oh my god, this phase is super fake and you can't normally get to it. I purposely like just did a run of it. I read everything here and I tested it like I would normally. Because I was like, well, it hasn't gone through a testing pass because none of us knew about it until like a month before the game came out. So I just did a pass and I played through everything and I took a bunch of notes and made corrections. And I even had Kata like retranslate that one interaction we just did because it wasn't correct. He's making his little sister be the monster while he keeps the bracer roll to himself? My son has a thing or two to learn about selfishness. I guess Pulley does look like she's having the time of her life, so I'll let it slide this time. Camille, as the big brother, you should let Pulley be the bracer every once in a while, okay? Rawr, I'm the big bad wolf. You ugly monster, how dare you attack our peaceful village? As long as the amazingly cool, super awesome, AAA ranked bracer Camille is here, I won't let you harm this village any longer. Rawr, rawr. Pulley kinda sucks at being the monster. She doesn't know how to be scary. That's okay, now that Stefan is here, we can play lots of different games that we couldn't before. Rawr, you better look out. I'm gonna eat you. Ah, children. They suck to write. What's up, old man Rior? Stocking up on honey from the further out farms would probably be a good call. I was planning to teach Jake the ins and outs of doing an inventory, but it doesn't look like that's going to pan out. Busy day today, so maybe next time. So busy that we don't technically exist right now. To properly run a business, you have to always be on top of your inventory. I want to teach Jake a thing or two about inventory, but maybe it's still too early. Feels a little redundant there. Yes, I'm thinking about corrections for this fake text that you can't normally read. Every time Gramps opens his mouth now, it's Harold this and Harold that over and over again. You should take a few pages out of his book, Jake, he keeps telling me. I literally just started working here. Would it kill him not to put so much pressure on me? Gramps seems to really like Mr. Hayworth, so much that he can't help but constantly compare me to him. Can't he see that I don't work well under pressure? Alright. Is Donald here, or is he out working on the farm? Nope, he's here. The whole village pitched in Mira to buy that orbital truck parked near the village gate. It was real pricey, but we'd have to have a way to transport crops across Crossbell City quickly. Oh well, they say stuff like that gets cheaper as it becomes more common though. By the time my boy can buy one for himself, they had better be a bit more affordable. Orbital luxuries such as cars and the like are supposed to get cheaper as they become more widespread. Hopefully they'll be more affordable by the time my boy is old enough to buy one. Yes, Donald has a southern accent. That is canonical, by the way. You do enough sweeping in Armorica and do all the NPC lines, you would know that. Hello, Derek. Do you think it's strange for the village chief's son to work in the apiary? You shouldn't. How could I ever succeed my father if I don't understand the work that sustains our village? After all, it's impossible to govern a community you know nothing about. I'm not in it for my ego or to be admired. All that matters to me is doing whatever I can to improve our village's way of life. I doubt there's anything in here. Just that chest I wrote a message for. No one over there. Let's talk to Tolta. That's his name, right? Since our conversation yesterday, I've told the villagers they should be more careful for the time being. The beasts remain at large, correct? Until they are stopped. I don't think the village can truly be at peace. Oh. Wait, the beasts remain at large, correct? I reminded the villagers to remain wary yesterday. I suggest you do the same. And now just his wife. I heard that the wolf-like monsters have attacked other places too. They could have even returned here and attack our village again. Just the thought sends shivers down my spine. Ugh. After all, they might end up attacking one of the villagers. We'll have to be cautious. And there you go. An entire secret little phase of NPC dialogue in Armorica. Isn't that fun? Aren't you glad that I did this? Don't say it's boring. It's interesting. This is what I live for. Now, is there anything like this in Azure? I don't know. I wouldn't expect it, to be honest. Azure seems Azure's NPC like handling is kind of weird, to be honest. As much as I love that game and I'm very looking forward to when we're done with it, and I really love like the main story and all that, Azure's like NPC dialogue's kind of weak. Azure has this is not like unique to Azure. It's a we can't actually take the bus back. I gotta debug out of here. Great. Yes, take me to Central Square, please. But Azure in like all kind of sequel Trails games suffer from the problem of like the NPC dialogue doesn't have enough time to like cook in the oven that Falcom kind of rushes it. And Azure's like entire storyline and plot is like so dramatic and involved that typically NPCs around the city just talk about whatever the big like current event is. Oh, did you hear about the thing? The thing happened. Oh, the thing. It leaves like less room for idle small talk and little NPC stories. It also makes it really clear what happened in that game. It like only took us a week of editing NPC dialogue to remember the entire plot of Azure because every NPC parrots it back at you in the city. What's wrong, Tio? Do you hear something again? Yes, increasing sensitivity levels. I'm glad we have time for this. Though we don't have time to finish the chapter, but we might make it to mains. What the heck is that? Oh, wait, did we hear it? Did it get cut off because I don't have the voices on? You're supposed to hear a wolf howl. It was audible, albeit faint. Yep, that was definitely a wolf. Good thing Tio taught has sharp ears, or we never would have noticed. Phew. I was able to determine that the howl originated in the direction of the mountain path. Approximately 40 selge north-northwest. That's around the midpoint of the path then. Well, crap. That can only mean one thing. Hold on, gotta put my keyboard down. Ellie, Tio, I'm sorry. I know you suffered more than enough yesterday. It's okay, Lloyd. I understand. Fate is a cruel mistress. I will survive. Also, I felt as if that howl was some kind of message. Message? How so? What, because it sounded menacing? I would not call it menacing. Rather, it seemed filled with determination. I'm sorry. I'm having difficulty finding an appropriate way to describe it. That's okay. Anyway, there's a good chance it'll try to escape if the CGF steps in. Let's see if we can track it down on our own. Yes, Tio's analysis has given us a solid lead. We'll be traveling on rough terrain, so we should prepare before we leave. Definitely. Also, we should finish up any support requests before meeting with Maine's mayor. Let's begin searching the mountain path once we're fully prepared. Alrighty, let's wrap things up and have ourselves a fun hike, huh? Fun fact, I remember testing this, that what Falcom wrote on this line, my Lloyd, wasn't correct. Because it was like, we should finish support requests before we go. And you're like, well, no, that's not correct, because you can leave the city and still go back and report your support requests and do them. I was like, well, is it getting to mains that blocks you off? No, it's not that either. And then it turned out to be, the second you speak with Maine's mayor, that's when the story progresses and you're locked out from finishing your support requests. So we kind of took liberty there to make sure that what Lloyd was saying was accurate. That it was clear what your deadline was, what the point of no return would be. Here lies Guy Bannings. Rest in peace, Guy. Oh, sweet lambs, born beneath the bell, sleep peacefully. Let the golden light shining betwixt the pure clouds lead ye to the great blue sky and guide thine soul back to the goddess. There are a few tombstones in Zero that you can interact with. One's Guy's, one's obviously the head one. One is... it's around here somewhere. Is over here? Why am I so bad at remembering which ones are the important ones? There's an additional one in Azure, actually. Not because someone new dies. Don't look into that like too greatly. It's like, yes, it's Ellie's tombstone. Ellie dies at the end of Zero. She doesn't. Oh, there's also the guy that lives over here. Quint, I believe his name is. He's nice. I like Quint. Crossbell's problematic position between Erebony and Calvard means we're often caught up in their strife. Many have already fallen to the raging turbulence of the Sarah. Do offer a prayer for them, please. Yes, Crossbell Cathedral. Okay, maybe we don't have those other tombstones unlocked. You got the two twins here. Hamill and Tamil, I want to say their names are. Yeah. Got it. I think this is Roland. Father Roland. And Juju. Let's head into Crossbell Cathedral. It's just a pretty big cathedral. I would say it's like rivaling Rancel Cathedral. Might be a little smaller. Father Renton. But yeah, let's meet the guy in charge here. Let's meet the Archbishop Geralda. Welcome, everyone. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but doesn't your next destination lead you into the northern mountain range? Oh, Adios, guide these brave souls. How do you know that? Geralda's... He's a card. You in here? You sure are. Yay, you do have a scene. Wait a second. I swear I've seen this sister somewhere before. Hold on. Are you by any chance Lloyd? Lloyd Bannings? You know me? Friend of yours? Wait, Sister Marble? It's wonderful to see you again, Lloyd. And the young lady next to you must be Ellie, right? Look at you two, all grown up now. I knew I recognized you. It really has been a while, Sister Marble. Huh? You know her too, Ellie? I do. Sister Marble was my teacher when I attended Sunday school. Lloyd and Ellie are close in age and even took classes from the same sister. How could they not have known each other? Well, Crossbell City is so large, each district has its own Sunday school class on different days of the week. These two were in different classes, you see. Makes sense to me. It's sort of strange if you think about it. We could have been childhood friends, Lloyd. I wish. So, Sister Marble, how'd you manage to recognize us after all these years? Are you implying that I would forget the faces of two of my beloved students? Besides, the two of you in particular were always unique. How so? Well, let's see here. Poor Lloyd was spoiled beyond belief and always clung to Cecile. And little Ellie was particularly well versed in topics related to the birds and the bees. Come again? Sister Marble? I really appreciate this highly educational history lesson, teacher. You got any other interesting chapters in these kiddos' lives we should know about? Oh, I know plenty. Let's see. Come on, give us a break. We were young, okay? I'm just teasing. What a shame. Anyway, I'm so happy to see you both again. Please, drop by whenever you want. I can brew some tea, and we can reminisce. You can count on it. Sister Marble, isn't she such a nice lady? I think that was like the last thing for us to do. I don't know if that really does us any good. I think, yeah, I think it changes dialogue later in the game, because there is a point in the main scenario where you will have to speak with Sister Marble. It is not a choice. So, there's probably unique text for, talking to her then, which, I don't know if anyone's tested. Hopefully it's not bad. I imagine if it was like super crap, someone would have pointed it out by now. Someone who was playing the game regularly and wasn't NPC sweeping would have been like, yo, this is garbage. Which does happen. Even now. I doubt he watches my content, but there's someone on Twitter that's been doing a very thorough playthrough, and we've taken notice. He's found a few things. At this point, there are some things in the current build that's out there in 1.02 that are like bad mistakes. I accidentally put a really bad typo into that patch, into that build. There was in the Michelle quest in the prologue, I accidentally, because I was like moving text around to like reformat it and make it look better. You find a notebook with a gauntlet on it. You decide to leave it in case the owner comes back. In that quest with Michelle, I was just like reformatting text and like making it style guide consistent. So I accidentally misspelled the word falcon as galcon with a G. Like, it kills me that that's in the game right now. But like, yes, it's been fixed on the spreadsheet. We don't have any plans of actually putting out a build until we make wholesale changes once Cold Steel 4 is out. Wow, this is amazing. What a fantastic view. Who knew a place so beautiful existed in Crossbell? It feels as if I hadn't been walking at all. Mother Nature out here in full force. It's hard to believe that's a big old metropolis is waiting a little ways back there. Crossbell's a bizarre place, huh? Oh, whoops. Wasn't trying to trash talk your guys home. No, it's fine. I kind of get what you're trying to say, Randy. I mean, I lived in the Calvard Republic for over 2 years. But compared to there, Crossbell could definitely seem odd at times. Agreed. I also traveled to numerous countries while I was studying abroad. And no matter where I went, they always place importance on adhering to tradition and the beauty of nature. While that may all be true, I do not particularly dislike Crossbell, not in the slightest. Both the positive and negative aspects make it a captivating place to live. Tio, thank you. Well, there's definitely something special about it, that's for sure. Think about it. We had nothing to do with each other, and we somehow all gathered together because of this place. Indeed. Right. The Special Support Section owes its existence to Crossbell. When you put it like that, Crossbell's shortcomings seem insignificant. Oh, that time we heard it. Maybe I wasn't listening closely. There it is again. It was much more distinct that time. Any idea which way it came from? Please give me a moment. Tin Selge to the northwest. Cross-analyzing it with the map. It should be located in the middle of the mountain path's fork. Got it. Let's head on over then. Off we go. I'd rather avoid monsters. I don't think I have super debug cheat turned on. Well, I have debug on, so I can turn it off if I do. I don't have encounters off, I mean. That happened last time, we had to fix it. I need to remember to turn debug off after this little after this video. Out of my way. Let's actually save here, because we legit actually need to. Let's save over this one again, because I don't need it. Because this is actually going to be a tough fight. Level 35 monsters. There is a monster chest in the game that has a higher level than this, but I believe this one has the reputation of being the hardest monster chest in the game. Oh, and I don't have Randy's CP. Excellent. Alright, what are we dealing with here? These are armored hydras. Let's try to end this quickly. Man, I'm super out of shape when it comes to Zero gameplay, because I haven't had to actually do it for real. Wait, I didn't look at your affinities. You guys don't like wind arts, huh? Which isn't really my strength, but I'll pop an aerial down. No, not that. I would like to encourage. Alright, Randy. Let's see how much damage this does. That was a crit. I didn't do a whole lot. Alright, what's y'all's gimmick? Dissection. I don't know what they're entirely doing, but we do have resists on ourselves. I think I have like a few grail lockets. I might have 4. Can't remember. Alright, let's try Genesis Flood. It takes forever to cast though, but that's okay. Alright, that'll bring Lloyd's CP up to 200. I really want to get Randy's up. Stone Gas. That's probably Petrify, but that's okay. Not really in danger. Genesis Flood. Alright, let's speed this up. There we go. That'll help us out. Plus, Lloyd needed that little heal. Let's go with a little Axle Rush. Let's do it again. Hit this one, give it a smack. There's Thunder Cyclone. Yeah, it does a ton of damage. Okay, they're dead. Virgo Gym. Get out of here. It is unbecoming for a law enforcement officer to be this greedy. Use 15 DP. Oh no, you would normally read that at the end of your playthrough. Well, we're done here. Alright, when we pick up next time, we'll make our way to Mains. We're gonna have a little something to do. We gotta take care of that monster on the way. And then to be safe, I'll probably go back to the city and turn in the request once we slay that monster. But there will be a fun little detour on the way to Mains. See you guys in the next one. We're gonna finish chapter 1, and we'll probably get to the start of chapter 2 next time.